aggressive on you.
Threatening.
Being more aggressive on you. So essentially, but the Google Calendar and the Notion app has been very helpful.
Interesting. I think Google Calendar, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Google Calendar, yes. We're talking about Duolingo. I mean, someone you said what it can be threatening.
Yeah, they threaten you like, hey, you said you learn it. If you don't learn it, we're gonna stab you or something. It's too much.
I mean, what you see coming on, as notifications over and over again, like
Mm,
whether you like it or not, unless of
mm.
course you decide that no, you don't want to
Yeah,
continue. But if you
yeah,
say you want to do it,
yeah. They'll
by
make sure
all
that you get
means,
it done.
exactly, it will help you stick to that habit of learning maybe a new language,
Yeah.
or anything of the sort. But when it comes to like health goals, like exercises, sometimes the kind of diet we want to take and all that, does tracking these things that we do, the progress of it, does it help us and encourage us in, especially New Year? Even one of the themes is health and nutrition for a lot of people, right? So when it comes to using applications, does it really help people to track, like that tracking of the progress? Does it really help people?
Yes, 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 yes. It does help health and fitness. The Apple Watch and the apps that it comes with can help you to have a really profound data of whatever activities you are doing in a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not only that. I mean, other apps also do that. But just as an example, yeah, the miles that you want to achieve in a day, as you walk up and now, you're able to track it, the amount of weight that you want to lose and all that. So if you are someone who has set, if it's really sit down to break down what you actually want to achieve in the year, and you're able to set the goals, as in, if I want to do this, I have to do this in a particular day, you're able to easily flow and follow it. That's why it's being sold at this point and people still buy it, because it would have been just be a fancy tool and it would have been a waste. But with the help of the device and the apps, you're able to follow a plan that you set for yourself and
Exactly.
able to achieve goals that you set for yourself. Even though it includes the physical activity you have to do, it doesn't necessarily massage your hand and you get to lose the weight. You would have to get up and find ways of getting yourself into those moods and getting the work done. But it's actually really, really helps. Yeah.
It helps because at least there's a prompting.
Yes.
Because my watch, for instance, what it does is, because I have the goal set for myself, like you said, the number of minutes I want to exercise, the number of times I want to perform certain activities, and even when I sit down, when I should stand up and all that. From time to time, it prompts me, like maybe I've been sitting too long. I just get a notification, stand up, and I'm like, okay, I have to stand up. So yeah, in a way, it also helps because it's able to track your activities. It can help you with that. Osei, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, precisely. I agree with you. I know there's this particular app, Strong and Fitboard. It provides a structured plan for workouts. So, for
Okay.
instance, you may walk into a gym, and there's this kind of paralysis. Okay, so what am I doing here today? I'm doing legs, or I'm doing say arms or shoulders. What am I going to do? So these apps sort of provide these structured apps or structured plans, and it's really 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 nice. But most depends on you as a person. What's the motivation? Because some of these apps are so boring, right? Not boring, they are so annoying. They reward streaks and they reward how you motivated you go. And
Yeah.
you go like, oh, this thing cry is very worrying. Oh, this thing cry, why? Am I going to train for the marathon or say the Olympics? Or yeah, so it depends on you as a person how it's more of consistency, motivation, and discipline. So how am I going to follow these apps and all? But because you can download all these apps and later on become very annoying. Oh, this app crowd, plenty notification, plenty notification, everything and all that. So yeah, but I mean, Fit, Strongboard, and Night Training Camp, they all provide essential structure plans with our fitness and all, where you can link with the Night Training app. You can link with your maybe your Apple Watch or say
Yeah.
your phone, where you get to get all these training routines and all.
That's true.
But if I may come in, I think if the only problem here from I become an atomic what do you call habit ambassador. Everywhere I go, I talk about it. The only problem here I've realized is when people set goals, they do not change who they are in terms of mentality. They feel like, oh, this year I want to go and gym. He's not thinking of himself as someone who exercises. He's just thinking of something that you want to achieve,
Yeah, I like
a
that.
goal.
Yeah.
So when you are able to pick these apps and download them at the moment when you're excited, they start sending notifications. It becomes annoying. But if it's something that you really are gingered for and you keep getting notification, you're like, yeah, let's do this. I saw an app today. Someone tracked every day for the whole year the exercise the pictures that they took. So the app allows you to take a picture. So you
Okay.
stand and take, and then the areas that you exercise on your body, you track that too, and then the number of hours that you work out. And the guy tremendously changed from day one up to 365.
Wow.
The video is just so epic. I was like, wow. So this is there for those who have changed their mind. This is for those who have set up their themselves. Like, don't be like that guy who says every year that, oh, I want to change, I want to do this, I want to go, I want to eat proper, I want to do this, and then you don't actually change yourself from within. Like, you don't make up your mind that this is what you want to do at this time, at this thing. It becomes a burden after a month.
I get what you are saying, and I mean, talking about atomic habits, the fact that it is the result. Like, who do you want to become? Not
Yes.
what you want to do
Yes.
per se. So I want to become
Yes.
a person who exercises.
Yes.
Then you can set the
Yes,
goal.
she has
So I
read
want
it.
to be a goal.
Yeah. So people have to approach these apps with that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
Who do you want to become? That's when you
Yeah.
download it. You don't download it because somebody said it to Enjoy FM.
Yeah.
You have to download because when they said it, I wanted to become that person. That is why I
Exactly.
downloaded it.
Somebody who is more.
So I
organized.
think it all comes down to discipline. Motivation is so fickle.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do that. So how you are able to discipline yourself, you summon it at will, and it will come anytime. So
Yeah.
discipline is the fundamental thing. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I like that.
Yeah.
I want to be a more disciplined person.
Yeah.
I want to be a more organized person, and because of that, maybe with the use of this application,
It will help me to, yeah.
It will help me.
Because if you think the app is going to do the work for you,
no,
your resolutions are already dead at this point because you are past the first month.
it's just going to assist you,
Yeah.
help you track your progress, help you prompt you when you have to do certain things, or more or less the particular habit that you are creating. If it's about exercising every morning, for instance, it will prompt you.
Yeah.
But then it's up to you
To make that move.
get up and then actually do the exercise. If you're just joining us, this is Geek Squad with a girl Adobea Biritwum. Tonight we are having a conversation on if apps really help us achieve and maintain our goals that we set for us. And for you listening, you can just respond to this. Which app are you currently using to stay consistent with your goals? Which app are you currently using to stay consistent with your goals? You can send it to the WhatsApp number 055 1111997. How has it been helpful to you? Share it so that another listener can learn from it. Samuel, I want us to talk about learning goals. You know, there are a lot of digital tools now. I mean, there are a lot of online learning platforms now.
Yeah.
So can digital tools really help people stay disciplined? I know we've spoken about it briefly, talking about like the exercise example that we gave earlier. But when it comes to learning goals, can digital tools really help people stay disciplined, or does learning still depend mostly on self-motivation? Like, but sometimes, you know, these online courses, you can sign up, and because it's self-paced, if you're not careful, you signed up and time is just going.
Yeah, I think the systems now that they are adapting are helping people to change in terms of how they approach these courses. For example, ALX system is online, but if you know someone who's actually on those courses, you realize the person is stressed. You're like, see if the person is actually going to school. Because the demand from the system itself will force you to fall in a particular way of studying, where your mindset shifts from, oh, I'm doing an online course that I watch sometime. Coursera also has that kind of energy. So it's not a self-paced course that makes you relax and you fall away from the track that you've set for yourself. So you have to also, to be honest, all these tools, they are different options. I wanted to mention this in the beginning.
Okay.
They change per person. So if you are someone who needs the extra push all the time, there are certain apps that you must try before you get to know the one that actually helps you. Because if you pick certain apps that are more relaxed, for example, self-paced courses help certain people because they don't have time all the time. So when they have the space, they go in, they learn, they continue. And there are ones that go with particular time. You're supposed to submit an assignment within 1 week. If I join this course and I pay, or it's free and I don't submit, I lose the course. I have to now reapply, send a whole email to why I was then before I can get to start the course again. So depending on who you are and the character you possess and what you are trying to achieve, if you know you are very not good at controlling yourself, get certain courses like Coursera, ALX, put yourself in ALX and let somebody know. Accountability partner, human being. Yes.
It's true. It's not just the app, but
exactly.
being a human
If you have a girlfriend, don't use a girlfriend for entertainment alone.
Oh.
That is also part. Boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. Tell them that this year, this is what you've set. Check on me. People that you are shy of, your pastors and all those people. Don't just talk to your it's okay, I don't want to mention anybody's name, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes. So you can get all these people involved in what you are doing, so that at least you have someone to be reminding you.
Yes.
You said you were going to be learning this course this year. How is that going? You know?
So,
Also, coming to you on that, do reminders and streaks. Some of these applications will be sending you reminders, and sometimes they'll be keeping streaks for you. Streak is something that's really I don't like to lose. This for me personally, I don't like it when I'm on a particular streak and then I end up losing it.
yeah.
But do these things and the progress indicators, do they really push people to keep learning, even on days they don't really feel motivated about it?
Yeah. The streaks mechanic is more like a powerful psychological hook,
Mm-hmm.
but the baseline is discipline is still human. For some people, they don't care whether losing their streaks. They're like, oh, look at my breath. Oh, this app is so irritating. I can't continue. Oh, just one day I lost my streak. I will try and get back to it. But the most important thing I think someone mentioned is we getting accountability partners. And some of these apps do provide accountability partner. For instance, there's this business app Strava, where there's like a leaderboard. So, for instance, if you are running Perpetual, Samuel and I, we just create a leaderboard. I feel I'm missing out or I'm lagging behind.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to compete.
Yeah.
And I think even with faith apps, I think the U version, you can even, yes, the U version Bible, you can even share with your few friends and know the number of streaks. So if you are lagging behind, you're like, oh, my friend, I need to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And these apps do hook us psychologically. If you are into football, the FPL or say the Fantasy Premier League provide that kind of leaderboard. So you see most of these guys, most of us, I mean, Joy FM will put a code out there. All of us who want to join this league and compete with ourselves.
Yeah.
So these apps are providing that competition for us to just pursue our personal growth and all. But as I mentioned, discipline is still human.
We are still sticking with the person involved, the human being,
Exactly.
and the mindsets that
Exactly.
they are having in the first place. It's not just having the application
Yeah.
to motivate you or anything. It's up to you. But like I said, for me, I don't like to lose streaks.
Mm-hmm.
So once I start and I know this is what I want to do, and I see my streak on
Start
go,
going, yeah.
I'm happy
Want
about
to build
it.
on it.
So if something happens and I lose it, sometimes
It
unless
really
I don't
hurts,
go back
yeah.
to it.
It really hurts. You're like, oh my god.
I'm like, this is just it. So, but for me, I think it motivates me. Like, I want to keep going at it. It's something that I always like to do. So, yeah, it's
So,
really something that helps.
Before we jump that, I think we should mention some of them. We have Coursera. You can try. Udemy is there. Udemy,
Yeah, for the
Coursera.
learning
Yes.
applications, yeah.
But I really recommend Coursera if you really want to get serious with a particular topic because of how the learning models are. Yeah.
All those are options for you. Now,
Yeah, and also we often miss out thinking that all these apps will provide. There are so many out there. This app Kinmu, Kinmu, which provides an array of topics from literature to finance. Even though it's self-paced, you can just learn one or two things there. And most of these websites, the World Bank and other organizations provide these self-helping, say, courses you can take either in public policy or whether in finance or economics you can undertake. So I think we need to, whether you're a professional or whatever, we need to pursue all these websites. Yeah.
all right. Can you just mention the name of the app you said again? You spelled it out. Can you just go for that?
Kinmu is a red with like a book. Yeah, the icon is like a book. Yeah, Kinmu. Yeah, and also the World Bank is a great resource. The World Bank has provided a great resource for professionals from spanning from economics to public policy. You can just learn so many things.
All right. Thank you for that, Osei. I want us to move to productivity goals. Sometimes people set productivity goals. And for me, it's one of the things that I really focus on because sometimes you don't really know where the time went. It's like you start a day and before you know it, it's evening. 1 day, 2 days, then 1 week, 1 month. Then what are you using the time for, basically? So productivity goals are also important, like how best we can make good use of our times. So for these goals, do task and planning applications that are available, right?
Yeah.
I know we touched a bit on Google Calendar earlier. Do they help people focus and get more done, or do they just create more things for us to end up managing? Do they really help?
Yes, they do. Usually people don't like paying for apps. That's the first problem, because if you try to use apps that are free, most of the time you don't get to see the deep version of how these apps are supposed to function.
It's true.
For instance, using ChatGPT for free, it's okay, it's nice, but if you want to have something deeper that can get you what you actually need for real, you have to pay something. Notion has an AI inside that can help you plot your. Last time I think I mentioned it here that I wanted to try some creating my own university at home, local university
Yeah.
sort of stuff. Yeah, I asked it and he plotted a whole board with a whole lot of stuff inside, and it was great, but it was limited because it was a bit on the free
The
side.
free.
But even with the letter I got, I realized that this is deep. You can go inner and inner. As you click the links, you just go deeper and deeper into the boards and all that. If you're able to utilize the power of these particular tools, with, as I said earlier, with a mindset that this is what you want to achieve, there's nothing that can stop you because the tools are a propeller. They just help you to boost to the places that you want to go.
Yeah.
They are not the ones doing the work for you. So Notion, the structure that I mentioned, so the structure
Yeah, structured too.
can also help you plan your day, every activity you need to do within the day. So immediately the hour is done or the 30 minutes or whatever time you set is done, it beeps, bim, you know, that's not what I'm supposed to do next.
Yeah.
Whether you are done or not, you can move on to the
It
next
has
thing.
notified you
Yes.
at least, yeah.
So the whole day, when I go to office sometimes and I want to really be productive, I just tap everything in and okay, from this an hour I'm going to this one, I'm going to this one. So everything I need to touch within that day, sometimes if you don't take care, you might end up overdoing one thing and then you forget that you have to have a meeting with this person or that. But with that particular one, immediately it beeps, I know that I have to move to the next session.
So you have disciplined yourself that when it beeps, let me stop it.
Exactly. Immediately I hear him, I know that okay, this is it. Then I pick it up. Oh yeah, I said I have a meeting. I was so distracted about the editing I was doing earlier that then I pause the editing, close it down, and then move to the next thing.
Okay.
With that, you can reach everything that you need to do in a day.
So what I'm hearing from you in your submission is that it's better if you want to use some of these apps and to maximize it,
Yeah.
then pay for it.
Yes.
Don't go with just the free version.
Don't go with it.
So
Because if you, for example, there are some limitations with the structured. If you really want to have the reoccurring activities, be able to track, it even has AI inside. So if you add a task, it can break the task down for you automatically, so that there's subtasks involved in that particular task you're doing, and it can help you track all these things. With that, even if you want to use the free, you can, but for the full power, paid.
You are better off using the paid
Yeah.
version. Osei, I'm coming to you with this. In Samuel's submission, he mentioned that he will spend time typing in everything, the details of what he has to do. Is it possible that, people would spend so much time trying to organize, to be more productive that they end up not doing the work? Can we have that situation too?
It happens. You go about trying to work but doing nothing.
Yeah.
Someone is so rich that he wants to pay for every app. But anyway, yes.
No.
I back to your question, Perpetua. The thing is that with apps, it creates that kind of reward system, just like anything in life we do. If I'm to do something, you have to reward me, even with a candy. I'm propelled to do that. So these apps have these reward system like the streaks and all. But one of these free apps out there, some of the free apps or even paid ones, are the progress visual. So for instance, with our Apple phones, the health, if you are to maybe take 100 steps a day or say 10K steps a day or say 5K steps a day, it sort of gives you those visuals to sort of encourage you. So, okay, well, I'm doing well. I have to just keep on keeping on. And as I mentioned too, is the accountability. We also mentioned with the U version, Glorify for the face-based apps, they have this shared goal, and even in fitness, you have the Strava, the New York Dive Training Club. It's just more like a shared community where they share goals. Okay, so if you're not feeling well, sometimes we just put it, let's do it.
Osei, I'm struggling to hear you now, so if you can just position yourself well, so that at least we can hear what you are saying on that. But I mean, while he does that, I want to talk about one particular application that I use. It's called Focus Keeper.
Okay.
And it also helps. I think it's basically like the structure that you use,
yeah.
and I'm using the free version for now. But then at least it helps you able to type in what you want to do in a day. You can apportion time to the various tasks that you have to do. And then it also works with the Pomodoro technique.
So what to mention?
So after every 25 minutes, at least
you get to.
You can rest, you can go back to it, and it's usually really helps. It usually really helps.
So another thing you can also do to yourself to make it easy, those who using iPhones and whatever assistant you have on your device, you just give yourself reminders. It's that simple. You just, hey Siri, I want to do this. Remind me at 30 minutes. It's your reminders are now functioning because you are giving them tasks. So it might not look as fancy as a structured, but in a way you get to have the same features in that same app that is free on your device, as long as you're able to break down your day. So you were mentioning that some people end up
risking the time of
designing everything.
right?
Yeah.
By the time they are done,
The whole time is going. I
like...
mean, I've seen people. Notions can be that type. You want to design the notion and then you add something. Oh yeah, it could be that. But give yourself 30 minutes to plot your day. Okay, that 30 minutes is meant for plotting.
Planning.
Yes.
Whatever you want to
Stay
do.
Stay with the least. You don't need to do 2,000 things in a day.
Yeah.
Okay. So those ones are the parts that you have to really, really think about. That's why I like the structure, because the structure, it's showing the hours. So I can't write 20 things in a day. You realize that the day is done.
Yeah.
There's no way you can insert
you can
in
have
between.
24 hours. There's so much you can do.
Exactly. And you realize that what you actually put in there cannot be done in 30 minutes. Yeah. So you have to do an hour. Immediately you do an hour, you realize that whole place is blocked.
Yeah.
So with that, you can actually take your time. Within 30 minutes, you should be able to have everything that you need to do in a day. If anything else pops up, fine. You can find a way of adjusting your day, but that should be it.
I like what you said. And I mean, it may not necessarily have to be the fancy applications like we are saying. It can be even the tools around us.
Yes.
Like Google Sheet, for instance. You can have access to it. I've created that before for one of the people that I work with. And then I broke it down into 30 minutes block. So plan your day. What do you want to do? What time do you wake up? I know that within the next how many minutes I can take that time for doing house chores or maybe taking my shower, taking breakfast and all that. And once I put that time there, I know 30 minutes is gone out of the 24 hours. This is what can be done. So it may not necessarily be the structured app, but you can have...
I mean, they are fun. They are Excel lovers. They use Excel for everything, even finance, plotting of their day.
Exactly.
Everything is inside Excel.
Budgeting and all that. You can use that to also plan.
Even Excel can help you with that.
And then do that. Google Calendar is there for you. Osei, are you back?
Yes, I'm back. I don't know if I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are.
Yes, but so essentially, I'm talking about these apps where they provide visuals for progress, accountability, flexibility, and the frictionless entry. Most of them, you don't need logins and all. You just straight in, you just go in there and do your thing. So it all provides that motivation. And you are talking about how to plan your day and be more effective. I think one thing I have found which is more productive is eating the frog, doing the hard things first. Sometimes our mind are wired that
eat frogs.
I'll do the hard tasks around 4 p.m. And our mind, the way our minds are, we will just be lagging and we just be delayed and playing that tactics. So one thing we can do is that let's do the difficult tasks first. You time yourself. If you are going to use 1 hour to it, you're going to do that, eat that frog and move on to the next thing.
It's so important, really, when it comes to tasks. And prioritization too. You can set the plans, you can have all the goals, but if you're not able to prioritize what's important, you end up spending time on what is not so important, and then you end up, someone would say, majoring on the minor and then minoring on the major. So please, let's take note of that. This is Geek Squad with your girl Adobea Biritwum. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN everywhere you go. We've been having a conversations on the use of applications for helping us to achieve or maintain our goals. Does it really help when it comes to some of these tools that are available to help us achieve or maintain our goals? I'm having a conversation with Osei Kagyah and Samuel Boateng. We will take a quick break. We will be back after that.
This Valentine, don't just buy chocolates. Buy memories, buy laughter. Because love is not just in the air, love is on stage. Roverman Productions, in partnership with Joy FM and the National Theatre, presents the Valentine Fiesta. Friday, 13th February at 7 p.m. only. Love on the ropes.
Don't talk to me. Small cheating that I've cheated. Look at how you are overreacting. Am I the first? Will I be the last?
Saturday, 14th February at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Dubai or no sex.
Where have you taken me on vacation?
We went to Kwewu for Easter. We went to Elmina for Bakatouo. We went to Keta for Ogbachocho.
Venue, National Theatre. Tickets, regular 300 Ghana cedis. Couples, 500 Ghana cedis. And 225 for our loyalty card holders. Tickets available via the Rover app. Cobber short code, *365 *535 hash. Joy FM, Airport Shell, Community 11 Shell, Dansoman Shell, and Bachona Total. Call 050-554-6010. Partners, Koba, Gino Jollof Mix, Ebony Condom, Stan Big Bang, M Notified, Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back. This is Geek Squad with your girl Adobea Biritwum. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. MTN, everywhere you go. It's a new month. People said goals when it's a new month. And for us on Geek Squad, we are having a conversations on the use of applications. Do they really help us achieve or maintain our goals that we set? I am having a conversation with Osei Kagyah and Samuel Boateng. And for you listening in, you can send a response to this on the WhatsApp number 055 997 055 997. What would you say are the challenges you have when it comes to using applications or apps to stay consistent with your goals? We've been sharing some of the apps that we use, and even when it comes to Google, for instance, the calendar, talking about Google Sheets and some of the tools that are available. Maybe you've even set a goal to be learning, maybe on Udemy or Coursera. How is that going? What are the challenges that you may face when it comes to using some of these applications to stay consistent with the goals that you have set? Send us a response on the WhatsApp number 055 997. Now, coming back to you, Samuel, I mean, looking at what we are talking about, I want us to now look at it from the point of families. Is it possible that families can use applications when it comes to coordinating their schedules and then planning to help them be more coherent?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can we talk a bit about that?
So I don't know if people have realized the advantage of having a family WhatsApp group.
What's that one?
So sometimes some technology become part of us to the extent that we forget that it's actually technology.
Yeah.
WhatsApp is an app. If you have forgotten, WhatsApp is an app. If you have not tried it yet with your family, I think you should. There's a certain time, a period in your life where the family is scattered. Like you don't have a particular place that you could end up being at. But
physically?
Yes, physically. So if you're able to have the WhatsApp group and then you're able to share your thoughts and your whatever you need to discuss, you can even have meetings on that same page, whether it's a call or video call or just a text. You could end up having whatever meetings you need to have. And with that, everybody's able to catch up with whatever anyone is doing. You can send invites to events. If you're having a naming ceremony or something like that, you don't need to go around one by one visiting house to house. With a simple PDF put in the group, everyone is invited. No one can give an excuse of not coming unless you want to do physical. So away from all these things, it really serves as a very important place for families. Yes,
it's true. I mean, for WhatsApp, I like what you said, the fact that we've become so used to it, so sometimes forget that it's also playing that critical role that we have there. Coming to you now, I say, do shared digital reminders, when it comes to still on the family, do they really improve family accountability? The fact that example that we gave, like on the WhatsApp, for instance, do they really improve that, or people still want to rely on, physical calls or maybe verbal chats and things like that?
I think we need to just be in tune with what the world is turning now. We are all digitally natives, the way things are going. For instance, and as someone mentioned, so many families are here, others are there, and the only way to connect is through apps and all that. Yes, and it's providing that bridge. For instance, calendars, you can add a calendar to the Google calendars. You can just send a calendar invite to someone and add to the person's calendar, maybe on the 13th or 14th February or say March. We are going to have a group family call, and they sort of provide that kind of structure. So the fact is that we live in a very distracted world. So many things going on. You turn on your TV, there's so many things going on.
Yeah.
I mean, from BBC to Joy FM, everywhere, so many things going on. Work, so many things going on. Your whole private life, so many things going on. And the first thing we need to just understand, where are the distractions? Where can I put family first? Where can I get things done? So these apps are really helping. But as I mentioned, the baseline is that
the human
we should
being
not
involved.
Exactly. These are not masters. These apps are not masters. They are not going to just do things for us. If you pick your phone, you're going to be on TikTok for maybe for 4 hours, 6 hours, and maybe forget family.
Yeah.
And
then
also,
the tool now becomes a problem.
Yeah.
It takes you away.
Yeah. That's true. So it shouldn't be like that. But at least when you have the day planned out, you have everything's structured. You know that it's not like you not go to TikTok at all and watch videos,
Yeah.
but it's planned, like maybe 30 minutes for that. When you're done, you know you've planned time for family too and all that. So that's really a good one. Then I want us to talk a bit now about projects. You know, a lot of people, and this one, I'll first ask you or say, most companies and sometimes even personally, people can have projects, like plans that they have for themselves and what they want to do. So when it comes to the project planning tools, right, do they reduce stress by offering clarity to the person who is using it, or can they also overwhelm the users, you know, where it's like there's too much that you need to put in place? You know, sometimes you have to break things down depending on what you are doing.
Yeah.
Breaking it down
Yeah.
into the nitty-gritties, it can be overwhelming. So where more or less, where do we find that balance, you know? Or say,
For instance, I must admit that some of them are just too complex for the sake of it. Yes, they don't really meditate or say solve the very problem they are intended to solve. But I often go for the basic, simple tools. If you can use an Excel, you can use a simple Google
Sheet.
Workspace for collaboration. Trello is good, but some people do find complexity with it. But the most important thing is that your team, what are they comfortable with? What can we achieve? So most people want to go for the more complex
sophisticated
apps
ones.
or exactly. But at the end of the day, what's the end goal? Are we going to achieve our targets and all? So let's go for the low hanging fruit, the basic ones, which can truly, and everyone can adapt to it. But some of them are too complex for the sake of it, just for the sake of it. Yes.
That's true. Someone, I want us to talk about the money, sometimes expense manager, money, the goals around finances, right?
Yeah.
The tools for that. When it comes to the goals that people usually set around that area, that's tracking spending, specifically spending, you know, and savings digitally. Does it really help people change bad financial habits?
It does. I think last time we mentioned here that I was using Money Manager. I was trying to figure out what was taking my salary.
And you realize that, hey.
Yeah. So after consistently entering the data over and over again, I realized that no. Nobody's enjoying my money. It's me. It's me. I mean,
thought you were giving it to
I
someone.
thought something. There was a spiritual something happening because I need my pastor to lay his hands on my bank account, but I realized that it's me.
Okay.
And it really helped for me to. It's an eye opener actually. If you're able to use that, you'll be able to track. And if you want to fix it, the more you track, the more you realize, okay, what you are taking out from the bad spend is actually like it's reflecting. Because I mean, if it was, let's use gum as an example. It's gum, and then after 3 months you decide that you want to remove gum, and you realize that okay, the gum was like 60 cedis a month. Now it's like only 10 cedis a month. You can actually tell that you changed.
Yeah.
But one of the apps that I'll mention that we should use is the Books app.
Okay.
Why am I saying Books app? Because if you want to change your mind concerning certain things like your finance and things, as I said, the tools, the Money Manager app will not fix the problem for you.
Yeah.
It will only expose it to you. But
It,
if you want to really understand the thing fully, pick Books
okay.
that deals with finance.
Okay.
That's when you get excited. For example, the productivity that we just mentioned.
Yeah.
So many companies, I know I've seen this in so many companies I've joined, and even startups, they are like, we are going to use Asana next week. Everybody gets on it, and it fails.
So they are going to use what?
Asana.
Okay.
It's one of those, yeah.
Yes.
Trello, Asana. Then everybody joins on it, and within 3 days, 2 days, the thing has collapsed. Nobody's even using it. Even the manager himself is out of it. Why? Because they didn't take their time to study the platform. They don't give space. They just the productivity app, we are going to use a new one has come. AI, go. But if we are not giving ourselves like 30 minutes, or let's say 30 minutes a day for L&D, learning and development, let's go through this professionally and enforce a law, a policy that says if you are out of it, you are out.
Exactly.
Same way with our finance apps. They are there to help you track. You can see the graphs. If you don't enter it, how will it tell you?
No.
So you need something like a finance book to inform you and push you to understand, okay, this is the reason why I need to record what is debt.
Yeah.
I need to record what is profit. I need to record what is And with the help of apps like Achieve and the rest, then you can go into the area of saving. Or else when you start, within some few weeks, you stop.
That's true. It's the understanding behind it. Osei, were you saying something?
Yes, because I remember asking Adobea an app for tracking your finances and all.
Yeah,
To be honest,
the expense
I feel
manager.
that Yes, I feel that it's. I realize that our economic structure
Uh-huh.
in our country, there are certain small things you do,
Mm-hmm.
you just lose track of it. I mean, you are buying this, you're buying that, you're buying that. You know, we don't do the credit card system here, right? Everything is money here, and it makes things quite difficult tracking. To be honest with you, so
Let me
I
give him a
do
tip.
believe.
When he's done. Yeah, or say.
So I do believe we should not be too hard on ourselves when it
Yeah.
comes to finances. I mean, in that regard, and we should just, because sometimes you feel like, wow, this person is taking my money. Oh, this person is taking my money. This person, and it becomes so insulated, hardcore that you lose even your sense of self. But we forget that. I mean, how our economic structure is designed, everything is money. You need to just pay for this money. You are paying this money. There's no credit card system. You are going to maybe pay this on credit or this thing. Yeah. So on that regard, I have failed on that regard. To be honest, I can't track it anymore. I have failed on that regard, but I do believe people are doing very well in that. So I'll take advice from Samuel how he's been doing it.
Someone before you come, one of the things that I just want to mention to you, Osei, is when it comes to, especially as spending in this part of the world, like you said, we do a lot of cash. So what I usually do on the expense manager is that if I withdraw money and I know like I have 100 cedis on me, depending on the items I buy, I may not necessarily break them down one by one. I bought gum, I bought toast, I bought this, but I can just make it miscellaneous, maybe expenses on groceries or something like that. So that at least I bulk it up and then I can record it. Because being able to track your expenditure also helps you. At least you're able to know where your money goes when you want to make certain decisions. It's so easy for you to do. So you can look at that option too. You don't necessarily have to break every single detail down. If you can find, but if not, you can bulk it up. You know that you took out, say, 500 cedis for this month. Where did that go to? It was mainly transportation. You can just put it there under transportation.
I think that makes sense. That makes sense. That's very, very
Well,
public.
let me chip in this.
Yeah,
so that's the reason I said you should read the books is because it makes you more aggressive. I was really fed up with the fact that my money was vanishing.
We say you should read books, financial books.
Okay. So if you want to about saving, debt, financial increase, financial management, if you have someone to advise you to find
financial literacy.
Yes,
basically.
and then we forget the learning stuff. Let's go back to YouTube, basic YouTube.
Yeah, we didn't mention YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're someone out there, maybe you don't like reading, you are struggling with the reading, fine, go to YouTube. How to manage your finances. There's I've got the name of this channel. Very popular channel in America, help people with finances. You can convert some of their knowledge to what we have here in Ghana. And I got aggressive. I got very, very fed up. So I wanted to really know what was going on. And with that in mind, any money that I took out of my bank, whether it's Momo, immediately I take it, I record.
Samuel, I'd like you to hold your thoughts on this one because I want you to share that with us. But before that, we want to take the quick tech fixes and then you continue afterwards.
Okay.
Hi everyone, I am Michelle Jakum, and as usual, I bring you some tech quick fixes and tips right here on Joy Geek Squad. Today, let's talk about how to organize your WhatsApp chats. Now, too many chats can be overwhelming, but organizing them is easy. 1. You need to archive inactive chats. 2. Mute noisy group chats. 3. Star important messages. So stay organized and stress-free.
Welcome back. This is Geek Squad with your girl Adobea Biritwum. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. MTN, everywhere you go. Tonight, I'm having a conversation with Samuel Boateng and Osei Kagyah, and we're talking about applications, if they really help us achieve and maintain our goals. And just before the break, Samuel, you were sharing with us about what made you change your mindset on finances. So please continue with that.
Yeah, so I said I was very fed up with that particular spending that I was having. I was like, I didn't understand how money was going. So I decided that I'm going to make sure that I do it. So first, it came from here, your mind. Setting up your mind to get that thing done. So every transaction I did, I forced myself to record it. If I take money at ATM, I put it down.
Okay.
And then the last thing that helped me.
How were you recording it?
So there's the money manager app that I used has a lot of categories inside that help you to break it down. If it's a gift, there's a gift section. If it is spending, if it's food, if it's any category that you have, there's an icon and everything for everything. So even if it's 50%, you can write 3.50 and record it.
So the discipline for you was recording it
every step.
Okay.
And then the final thing that really helps you is that there's a notification that comes at the end of the day.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes. So you usually I said around 7 p.m. or so. So I'll be there and record your transactions for the day.
Oh, okay.
Then I'll go through them and be like, okay, today I had 500 cities with me. Do I still have 500 cities with me? So if I do have that, that means that I've recorded whatever I need. All right. Like, okay, it has reduced to 300. Okay, what did I? Then I'll check. Okay, 200 minus 400 minus 100. Okay, 1100. What did I do with 100? Then I would sit down and think, okay, I remember when I was coming home, I took Uber.
Yeah.
So that was the 100. Then okay, Uber transportation.
Yeah.
Then it goes under. Then I did that. It was serious because I myself was surprised at the end of the month to see that, okay, this is what I did.
Yeah.
It was because I set my mind, as I was saying in the beginning, to do that. And then with that kind of like attentiveness to the fact that I wanted to see it, I did it. Not because, they said you should be financially sound, so let me try. That wouldn't help you at all.
You had an aim.
Yes, because you have to manually open the app and enter it one by one. That's what it does to you. So
depending on the goal that you have in mind and what you want to achieve, and for you had to first track it.
Yes. So if you want to get out of debt, if you want to make money, if you want to see how your money is flowing, do that.
That's good.
Pay attention.
Yeah, it's so important that we do that. Let's talk a bit about business organization, right? And the goals that sometimes they set. Do digital planning tools help small businesses stay structured and focused for small businesses?
It really does. There's a lot of tools that some of these platforms come with. Those Google Suites, Microsoft Suites and stuff like that. They have a lot of apps inside there that really, really helps. If the company owner or whoever has the vision or the plan does not have a particular set for the company to follow, it then becomes like, let me give them the tools for them to use, then it becomes a problem. But if there's a plan that, okay, this is what we want to get at, each department can take each tool that is within these suits and then utilize them to its fullest without it being a waste.
Got it. Osei, if you had the chance to choose one area of life where apps help the most with consistency, what would it be and why?
Well, I would think health.
Health.
The health. Yeah, the health one. I think it's the streak and also. Right now, I like how fitness has become sexy. You see the young people.
This guy.
Oh yeah, and I feel like we have that infinite capacity to be taking charge of our lives, and we are just taking care of our bodies, and it's something that needs to be applauded. I hope it doesn't die a silent death, because I remember growing up, there were a lot of different clubs, and it all died a sudden death. And I hope this momentum is going to be kept. But I really love the idea health has been incorporated with these technologies. Yeah, I really like it.
All right. Thanks for that, Osei. Some more 30 seconds.
Take your phone, go through the apps that are defaultly installed, and make sure that you understand each one of them. They do much more than you think. And if you're buying an expensive phone, it was meant for a reason to be expensive. Use the tools in them, and then they're going to really reward you.
You have to use the tools that on your phone. In fact, know them first.
Yes.
And in knowing them, you can maximize the usage of it. So it's been interesting. We've spoken about applications and how they can really help us achieve our goals. But one theme that kept running throughout our conversation is it depends on the individual. The mindset and discipline. Not just the applications, but the effort that you also put in. This has been Geek Squad with your girl Adobea Biritwum. A very big thank you to you, Samuel Boateng and Osei Kagyah. And also a big thank you to my producer Prince Safo and the entire technical team, Mirabelle and Oliver. It's been great. God willing, next week we will be back. Up next is news by Michael Ashali, and then Overdrive by Kofi Hayford. Stay tuned.